Hey, 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 good afternoon, my faith-filled females. How are we doing on this Thursday? What day is it today? Is it the 9th of July already? Can you believe it? I'm actually in shock that we are halfway through the year already, guys. Just really checking in on this Thursday, just to tune in for 4/4/20. So if you are about, I'm here. It's Nettie B here just to answer any questions, just to take time out, really just to check in and say howdy do. I'm here in Bedford in the UK right now. So wherever you're listening across the globe, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It'd be lovely to know what's happening in your neck of the woods, but for now it is dreary over here. It's raining, and I've been indoors working on my group program that's going to be starting on the 23rd of this month. That's the Branding with Archetypes, and I know a lot of you have listened to the lives over the last couple of weeks, the Tuition Tuesdays around it, and have expressed an interest. And feel free, again, of course, I'm still taking consultation calls for that, so feel free to actually connect with me. But just for the few minutes that I'm on today, apart from taking your questions, I always kind of like to leave a word of encouragement for you, if you like, to help you in either life, money, or increasing you and your business. Okay. And until someone comes on and asks me anything, I'm just going to talk away. So what came to me today for you guys was really all about time and how we use time. And really, time is one of our biggest, or the biggest asset that we have, and how we spend our time is really, really important. And the reason why I say it's really important is because we only get that one opportunity to spend that hour, that minute, or that second. All right. It's never going to come round again. We're never going to see any time come round again for us personally. On the clock, of course, the time goes around and it comes back. But that moment in time can only ever be spent once. Oh, hey, how are you, Jackie? Lovely to join us. So my thing is this, how are we spending our time? And is there any ways that we can look at maybe up leveling what we do with our time? Because as busy people, hey, Jackie, hey, Cassandra, as busy entrepreneurs with families, with children, with partners, with our lives, finding time can be one of the most difficult things to do. Because oftentimes when I speak to people and I say to them, what is the one thing that you wish you had more of? And they'll either say more time, or they'll either say more money. Those are the two top answers that I get. So really, how can we really make that 24 hours within a day? Hey Pamela, thanks for coming on. Really stretch. How can we really make it stretch? And oftentimes you might look at other people who are really doing lots of things, and you might think, well, how on earth do they find the time to do the things that they do? And there is just one simple rule of thumb between those who can create masses of wealth for themselves and those who are just kind of trying to. And the difference is tracking. That's what it is. The difference is tracking. Whether you are a 6-figure earner, a 7-figure earner, or whether you are in the 5 figures and below, what will help you to move from there to get to a higher, income bracket is to track your time, track what you are doing with your time. And it seems like a very simple concept, guys, but it is the one thing that will, be the defining factor as to whether you make it or whether you don't. Just the same as when you are doing tracking with your money. It's exactly the same, seeing what's coming in, what's going out, and keeping a hold of those things. And as Brian Tracy, he kind of recommends that you set your phone or your watch or your alarm to ring every 15 minutes. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm actually going to try this, because I'm kind of like a multitasker. I don't know about you guys, if you're a mega multitasker, and some days you feel like you're doing really well and you're getting loads done, and then one day you might be sitting there just stuck, not knowing what you've done for the whole day. And you're like, oh my God, So one way to actually track what you're doing is to really physically do that. Physically take account every 15 minutes or perhaps every half an hour of what you've actually done within that time period. Keep a time log, okay? Check whether it's been productive for you. And if it hasn't been productive, then you might need to review what you are actually doing and where your time is being wasted. I hope this is making sense to you. Because the thing is, in order for us to get to the next level where we want to in our life and in our businesses, we have to keep a strong hold on time. We have to definitely keep a tight rein on what we are spending our time doing. And if you're anything like me, my business is mostly online. I don't have a face-to-face business any longer. So a lot of my time is doing online social selling. It's connecting with people. It's trying to make connections and, pulling people into my world. And that's the new way of leveraging, apart from automation, of course, because automation is out there. But I'm the kind of person that wants to build my network by having real relationships. I don't want to have, a network of people I'm working with just because they come through a sales funnel or because an algorithm has pulled them towards me. That's not the way I want to build my business. And if I'm building a soulful business, then it's all about relationship and it's all about a human connection. Okay. So if you want to learn anything, human connection is the new currency, if you like, really, of building a strong, solid foundation in your business. But again, this social selling, it takes a lot of time. So you kind of need to set yourself priorities. What are the things that is a coaching, question for you? What are the kind of things that you can perhaps let go of that's eating away your time? Okay, make a big long list of those things. And what are the things that you think you need to start doing or prioritizing to push you more towards your goal and your destiny? All right, whether that's your financial goal, whether that's your goal to complete a task to get your business moving, whether you're trying to create a program or you're trying to create your marketing or whatever it is that you're doing, how are you managing your time to help you towards getting closer to your goals? Okay, so just some food for thought there. And if you've got anything that you want to sort of say about that, you can put some notes in the comments. Feel free to do that. I'm just going to have a look and see if there's any comments in there. Not at the moment. So some other things as well, when you get to a space and a place where you can perhaps afford to delegate some tasks, is there something that you can perhaps get someone else to do for you to maybe free up more of your time? Some people use a planning tool. I found that, pen and paper for me still works, although we've got online tools right now, but I need to see it. If I don't see it, it's not going to happen. Sometimes the electronic ones don't really work for me. So I've got this big board in my office where I am, and I literally look at it every morning and I match it, of course, with my phone, but to see where I am. So I have on my board, I've got who I need to call, who I need to follow up, things I need to do, whether that's administration. I always have a money goal on there as well. So for the month, I've got a specific money goal, and so I can see whether I'm meeting it on a week by week basis. So these are some of the things perhaps that you might want to implement in your business to help you to stay on track. All right. Okay, so look at the areas, of your time where you might be wasting time and swap those for profitable activities. Okay, so time profitable activities. And just to give you a little bit of a bonus tip, one of the bonus tips is to always avoid multitasking where you can. If you know that you've got a concentrated piece of work that you need to complete, like preparing an offer, like maybe writing a bid, right? Maybe, crafting your flagship program or something like that, make sure that you avoid multitasking, because that will help you to stay concentrated. It will help you to stay consistent when you are trying to complete that specific task. Okay, so I'm hoping that you're finding this really, really useful. And of course, when it comes to time, we know that in the scriptures, Ecclesiastic says that there is a time for everything. Okay, but my favorite scripture, which I found around how we spend our time and what the word says about it, is found in Ephesians 15, verse 16. And it says, be very careful how you live. All right. Not as wise. We shouldn't live as unwise, but we should live as wise, okay, making the best use or the most use of our time, because the days are evil, okay, and making the best use of our opportunities. So as business people, we don't really have times to waste. And if you are in this group and you consider yourself a kingdom entrepreneur, then you don't have time, because we understand that, you know, we are here to make waves and changes in the earth, and there is an opposition that's always fighting for our attention, for our time, causing us to be distracted. So in order for you to fulfill your ministry calling, first and foremost, to execute your spiritual gifts in the community and in the world, you have to have a handle on where your time is going. So I'll just leave you those few nuggets today. If you've got any questions or you want to ask me anything, then please feel free to do so in the comments, and I'll be quite happy to answer those. So as business people, okay, so Jackie, thank you so much for taking time to come on. Pamela, thank you so much for taking time to come on. Cassandra, it's wonderful to have you guys here. So just remember, time is of the essence. All right, so that's all I'm going to just jump on and say to you today. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.